couldn't even do the check-ins. You got to check in on the show so it can
On
be
the
fresh.
show. Is this the life of a
Me and Jessica can't even be real friends because we trying to give y'all good content.
Is this the life of a influencer?
Y'all say y'all want podcasts. That means sometimes you can't talk to your friend as much as you want to talk to your friend, because if you talk to them too much, I ain't gonna have shit to talk about
On the show.
on the podcast. That's if you do a podcast with your friend. Now, if you like some of these people who got business partners, y'all do you. Y'all probably don't talk no way.
God bless you.
That's y'all business.
Well, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Black Bougie and Bout Hit. I'm your girl.
Where you get real raw and rich conversation.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna jump in, but it's okay. We gonna have to.
I was letting you drive the boat today.
Okay.
Miss, I be going to the gym 5 days a week. I've got energy.
Man, I was there this morning.
I'm over here drinking Lipton green tea.
I am having a Sprite today. It's a Taziki's cup, but it's Sprite in there.
Sprite's not that bad because Sprite doesn't have sugar, right? Oh, no, it's not sugar. It doesn't have caffeine.
Oh, okay. That definitely has sugar in it. Lauren had came by the office and she went to Taziki's and she gave me her Sprite. She didn't want to drink. And because I have not had a soda, I feel like in so many days.
I be drinking a Coke at work every day. I be needing that little boost of Coke right around lunchtime. You know? I
do feel that.
I be needing it.
I just be fighting it for real. I always have I try to finish this water jug every day. My little water jug. So
I got one now too. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Oh, cute. I saw you posted that on your story.
TJ Maxx, y'all.
That's cute. I'm so weird.
$14.99.
That's cute.
Y'all can keep y'all $50 Stanleys. I'll take me a $14.99. And it got a little spout.
I'm gonna have to get the Shein Stanley.
Right. Or the Walmart version. You know, Walmart got one too.
It ain't that deep.
Ozark.
I did get this. This is a Bubba. I did get this from Walmart, and I want to say it might have been $10. It was so much cheaper than what I thought, and it keeps everything hot, and everything cold. So my water will be cold all day, and then I take it to the gym with me. So I I put different kinds of little stickers.
We're hydrated this year, y'all.
Yeah.
If you ain't walking around with a water bottle, what is you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to get my skin together. So the water.
Luckily, I don't really have skin problems. Thank God. One of God's favorites on that one.
If I keep my routine together, then I won't. Like if I make sure I'm eating right and doing all my things correctly, then my skin will be good. Like she's good. But if I get off my Zoom, my skin be like knowing it.
Stress and hormones will break my skin out. So I might get a couple of little breakouts around my time of the month when it's time for me to get my period. And then if I'm really, really stressed out, my skin will break out. Or heat will make, like if I get really, really hot and I have makeup on or something, my skin I'll get heat bumps really bad on my face. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot of issues with my skin. And every time I go into Sephora, they be like, "Oh my gosh, your skin." So I don't know. I don't be seeing what folks see. Not saying like I don't think I have good skin, but I don't know. I just be like, you
do have really smooth skin.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You do.
Look, I grew up in a household where if you walked out ashy, malnourished, dry, it was an issue. So
yeah, same.
That's why I be lathered up. I just have dry skin in general. So everything I use is a moisturizing product.
I get that
because I be dry. But anyways,
how was your week?
Oh,
yeah, I was about to say, how's your week? How's it going? So far, my week been good. It's only Tuesday, so let's you know what I'm saying. Let's see
Tuesday when we record this. Friday, we drop these on Fridays, but
right. I'm talking about just right now. I'm good right now. We'll see how the rest of the week go. I'm preparing for Beyonce. So.
Beyonce. Are
you happy to be in Paris? So I just been kind of getting everything ready for that. Got all my little outfits and stuff in. Tried everything on. So that's another reason why I'm really.
This me when you go. I'm be. What y'all doing? I'm tapping through your store, living vicariously. I'm like, oh, I
Man,
can't wait for you
I'm
to
so
experience
excited.
it and then come back and talk about it. I can't wait. I can't
Yes,
wait.
I'm so excited. Now I'm definitely on my Zoom this week because these silver outfits, Beyonce. I look like a baked potato wrapped in foil, but you know what, bitch? I'ma be there. I will be there.
Not a baked potato. No, you don't. You got hips and waist and body.
I do, but like I swear to you, it's some outfits that's just like I ain't working out hard enough. It just, you know what I mean?
Now, I can't say everything ain't for everybody. And that's coming from me too. It's some stuff I be seeing certain people wear and I'm like, now.
Baby. It's the colors. It's the colors sometimes for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But regardless, I am wearing silver. I bought 2 dresses actually from Fashion Nova. And if I think about it, I'll put the link to them down below so y'all can see. Because we need to start doing stuff like that. But they're very cute. Like I got them on sale when they had their little like Labor Day sale or whatever. So they're real cute. I'm probably just gonna bring both of them to see how I feel when I get down there. And then I got a whole bunch of little like accessories and stuff from Shein that was very cheap, very cute. And we're gonna rock it out like that.
Shein. Okay.
So we're gonna rock it out like that. And I'm excited. I just been kind of getting everything ready. I bought some little toiletries and stuff today. And I got my hair for my braids and stuff. So, just like
one thing Jessica gonna do, y'all, is keep that hair braided up and done. And gonna have appointments all day. Unlike me. When am I gonna get these taken out? At this point, we don't know.
It's crazy because your hair does not look bad. Your hair does not look bad.
And you know how I believe that? Because everywhere I go, everybody compliments I get more compliments now with my hair like this than I did when I freshly got the retwist and got them done. And everybody's like, they look so good. They look so good. They look so good. So I'm like, well, but I'm more afraid of my hair locking up in them. That's what I'm afraid of. Because, I'm putting the gel and the foam and all that stuff on me. So I don't want my hair to like get matted up at my root to the point where you can't get these out,
So what did sis say when you contacted her?
Well, she's back in business. I talked to her, but she didn't have no appointments this week. She didn't have any appointments last week or this week. So I'm gonna reach back out to her, maybe, depending on how my bank account looks. Unless y'all want to look, we take donations.
Because I was about to say, if she just do a takedown and she just wash your hair, that shouldn't be that expensive.
Well, these
right? Like I'm like, now if I'm just asking you to cut and wash me up, I slide.
These Instagram. You said what? How much?
50, 60.
I might do that, but honestly, I feel like as long as I've been waiting, can we knock 10 off of that? Because anyways, anywho, neither here nor there. Because I still love her work. I just want her to take these out because I want to get some braids.
Don't make me laugh.
Look, because you know how it's almost she ain't my friend, but I care about her as a friend because she's such a sweet girl. So I don't want to be like trying to bash because I'm not bashing her. Her work is amazing, and she had a tragedy happen, in her life. So I can't imagine. I can't even imagine. I don't have a baby dad or a partner or nothing, so I can't imagine them losing them. So I wanted to give her the time, but it's like I was trying to get my hair done before I go camping this weekend, but that's not gonna happen. So I'll probably hit her up and just to see if she got an appointment this week.
What's
next
crazy
week or week after next.
It don't ever take long to take your hair down. That's why
I don't know. It be taking me forever when I take my braids out.
When you do it, but when you go to a stylist. Because at this point now, I pretty much only let Jalencia take my hair down. Shout out to Jalencia at Black Goddess Studio if you see this. But
I ain't that bougie yet, y'all.
Whatever. If I go to Jalencia, I definitely have to tell her first because me and her both, she'll be like, bitch, I know you did not show up here with a full head of braids. Huh? Yeah, like she'll take my hair down, wash me, blow dry it, and then braid my hair again. I ain't had to touch
you
my head.
got you a good old hairstylist. See, I'm new up here, and like I said, I like the girl who did my hair. I like
I'm
you.
new
If you
up
see this,
here.
I enjoy you. I recommend you. Her Instagram is the MK Way. She does amazing soft locks, braids, all that stuff. I fuck with her. But it's just right now we ain't on the same path. So I'm trying to figure out. And again, I'm probably gonna reach out to her and just schedule a later appointment because at this point they've been in my head. If I gotta keep them in 2 more weeks, whatever case may be, it won't kill me. Yeah. Hopefully. But
if not, you're gonna have to find somebody else.
Or at this point, it's gonna be bald head Albany. Like cause I'm getting to the point where I'm just like I'm gonna be like Sanaa Lathan in it.
Just cut low. You're gonna have to just cut low.
Like I'm gonna just cut at the root. So then, cause I got enough new growth to have a fro, as y'all see. I got enough. If I cut right here, I got hair where I got a little,
But okay, with the soft locks, is it like wrapped around?
Yeah, it's hair. So I got a retwist, which is why I think it's harder to take them out because when she first put them in, I think it was just like one layer of hair. But then she went back and I got a retwist, so it's another layer of hair on top of it.
So if you cut it, is it not gonna just unravel?
I don't know where to cut. That's the point. Because see, I don't know what's the hair wrapped around and then what's the soft lock. Because I think the way they do soft lock is they take your hair individually, braid it up, then they crochet the lock on there, and then they wrap the hair around there. So I can't just go cutting the lock because my hair is in the lock. Like I think crocheted into the lock. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what I was thinking. If you cut, low, like when you cut your braids, and you be like, "Girl, let me get some room. I don't know, my hair didn't grew." Like if you cut low, do you think that'll help or what?
Well, no, cause see, this is all just lock. My hair's not my hair. So if I cut this, it's not going to really.
It ain't gonna
unravel. Yeah, it's just gonna make the lock shorter. Cause my hair is probably not like it's probably right here. Like, let me see. It's a piece on here that my hair is poking out. Now we talking about hair the whole episode.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, y'all good. It's a piece of hair sticking out of one of these. Y'all see it? There you go. Here you go. So this is my hair, but you see how it's like coming from inside the lock.
Yeah.
So because you know how they be crocheting the hair in the whatever. Yeah. I don't know the hairstylist terms, whatever. Anyways, my hair here. So if I was to cut the lock, it wouldn't really.
It wouldn't come out. Okay.
Right. It wouldn't. It just would be cutting hair on weeks.
I got you.
So anywho, I'm gonna make an appointment eventually. Send me cash at me so I can make an appointment faster, y'all. I'm going camping this weekend.
Oh, okay. With the same group.
Yes, I got my tent, I got my chair, I got my cooler, I got my ice packs, I got my my little clip-on lights to go on my tent. I got a couple more things coming in. I'm looking at the packages, so I'm looking to the side, y'all.
So
and I got like my little side table.
You gonna actually spend the night out there?
I'm gonna be in the tent on the ground at the campgrounds.
Okay.
Well, all the meals are gonna be catered.
Trying all the new stuff, and I like that.
It's a balance. It's a balance. It's like, okay, I'll sleep in the woods for one night, but I don't gotta cook nothing. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. And I could bring me a little drinky drink for the little bonfire.
I was gonna have to do that anyway, because that's who I am.
Look, and on the thing they said no weapons or no drugs. And see, I didn't get a specified list, so you're leaving it up to I have to interpret what you determine weapons
to my own discretion,
right? To my own understanding. So
I'm gonna have to lean on that, right?
And don't look. And they said we have access to our cars. Matter of fact, I won't even be right. Let me. I gotta take a walk.
Slide to the parking lot. I'm gonna need you to get one of them little flashlights, something to put on your head.
Why did somebody ask me did I want one of them today? I was like, I did not want. I got a little lamp. It's not here yet, but it's a little lamp,
a little lantern,
lamp, a rechargeable lantern.
Yeah, you need
I want them to dine on me.
So when you go to the
pillows on there,
when you go to the car, you'll have something. And if not,
I thought about getting the flashlights for my Crocs. You know, they got the little inserts.
Yes.
You can put lights on your Crocs. But I ain't ordering nothing else. I just spent too much money for a one-night camper trip, y'all.
Yeah.
Look,
I get that.
Look, I need me a lumberjack or something. Where the outdoorsy men at? If you see this podcast and you like to hike, bike, swim, canoe, kayak,
okay,
mountain climb,
all of that.
Hell, you could be a bird watcher for all I care. Just be black. If you looking for a black queen, I cook, I clean. I made food last night. If you love me right, treat me right, talk to me nice. Emphasis on the talk to me nice, because I went on a I don't even know if I call it a date. It was a rendezvous. That's exactly what it was. I went on a rendezvous and I had to tell that nigga shut up at one point. I was like, cause look, you're about to make me not want to even do nothing with you. Look.
Not a chatty patty.
I just hate niggas who don't like let shit go. Like, let it go. Like, you know how, and I'm sure you do because you're in a relationship. You know how, like, maybe y'all had a disagreement or whatever, but y'all have like agreed, we're gonna move past this, right?
Yeah,
we're done. And then you be talking, having a conversation about something else, and then they bring it up, and then they be wanting to rehash the whole situation. And I'm like, bro, like, dude, do it matter? Do it matter? Do it matter? We here.
Now I can say that my boyfriend, he don't like be wanting to rehash it all, but he'll like bring it up in a way like throwing shade. You know what I'm saying? And I
don't like that, because even that's passive aggressive, and I don't like that either. Because to me, that's
like
hostile. That's you being hostile because you know what you're doing. You ain't stupid.
Yeah,
like you're not dumb. But yeah,
I have lots of thoughts and feelings about that, but I'm gonna keep it cute.
No, get ugly.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it cute this time.
But yeah, I just and if he see this, look, I don't care, because I told him. I told him to just like, please be quiet. Let's drop it. Can we change the subject, please? Yeah.
Anyways,
and then gonna ask me, would you have hung out with me if I had not text you first? No.
No. You thought I was gonna say yeah?
You thought I was sitting up in my room? No.
And I wouldn't.
No. I would not, and I might not text you now, because you really got on my nerves. I just had I had a itch I needed to be scratching, and now it's been scratching. Now I had what did niggas be calling it? Post nut clarity.
Oh.
Yeah. Y'all think y'all the only ones who had it? No, sirree, Bob.
Man.
So yeah, I'm good.
I think we be having it in the moment. Like in the moment, we be so clear about why we are here. That's why.
And you be having to see it through. You be seeing
all
it
that
through.
Extra shit don't even be mattering. That's why our patience be low.
Very thin, because it's like, look, look, you brought me to this little ranky-dank bar anyway that only serve beer. Well, not beer, only serve burgers, wings, and pizza. Whatever. Please, can I just sit here and enjoy my pizza and have a decent conversation, not rehash the reason why I didn't want to talk to you in the first place? Because if we rehash this again, now I'm gonna think about why I don't want to talk to you, and then I'm not gonna want to do nothing with you, and now you're gonna have to take me home. So it's in your best interest to sit there and be cute.
Thank you. Yeah. Child. Okay. Oh, I like this. You said eager beavers, men who bring up sex too quick when you meet them.
Because the world believes me now.
Yeah.
I know the WBA, Women Bashers of America. Y'all be coming to me in my DMs, commenting and saying all these things. You hate men. You hate men. It's you. You're the problem. Well, I posted the proof. And I didn't even do it on the close friends like I normally do. I put it on the regular story so that y'all could see I'm just existing out here in this world. And niggas becoming crazy.
Yeah.
I met this man last week on the apps. Talked to him once via text. Have not heard from him probably for the last 5 or 6 days. Then he gonna text me and talk about what you do, whatever he said. I'm trying to fuck you. I'm off the moonshine. What the fuck, nigga? I don't even know you. What is your name? I be feeling like Sheree so much. What happened to hello there? My name is. How are you?
The fact that he said, you didn't get my other messages. You was like, this the only one I got. He said, oh, I was sending them off on text message, not on iMessage. Okay. Okay.
If you would have sent a text, I still would have got it. You didn't send me no message.
I don't know why people be trying to act like their phone don't work. In 2023, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I'm sorry.
And most niggas I be meeting be having 2 fucking phones. Cause y'all got y'all new phone and then you got that regular ass phone that you won't let go of.
Even still, how the hell I'm getting these messages and I couldn't get the ones the other day?
Use your common sense.
They don't be having none. That's the problem.
Like,
That's
but
so
I had to post that because again, y'all, and maybe y'all do know or y'all see sometimes, I don't know, but I be be talking to me wild. That's why I be coming across so aggressive and upset because y'all don't live the life I live. That sounds so bad. Like I sound like y'all don't know my story.
Y'all don't know my
real. But for real, folks be saying men be talking wild to me and they be swearing I'm lying and making up shit and all this stuff. So I just be having to post stuff sometimes so that y'all can really see, like, no, this is, and I'm not the only. I had at least 3 or 4 women DM me talking about you ain't lying. This how they be. This is how they be. This is how they be.
That is how men be. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whether you meet niggas on the apps or not, that is how men be for real. Like, I guess on one hand it's a good thing because I know now what you want and we could just get this out the way for me to block you or whatever, me not talk to you no more, and I don't have to waste any time. But on the other hand, that's weird. You're a creep. Like, you just invite people over your house that you don't know.
And you just talking to people like that. Like, I don't even be feeling comfortable talking to nobody like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you and talking raunchy and dirty like that off the rip, just off the rip.
This
off rip.
You ever have like met somebody on the app and like y'all start off having a good conversation or like whatever, like this day one, maybe y'all been texting all day, maybe like mid-afternoon that nigga do something like send you a dick pic and y'all ain't even talking about sex, or like
I didn't told y'all this. I have gotten random dick pics into my DMs, and I'm talking about some like, hey, good morning. Thought this would brighten up your day. Why did you? Who asked for that? And I told y'all already. If you send me an unsolicited penis pic, I'm putting it in my group chat
every time.
The Coochie Cavaliers are gonna have a field day.
We're gonna zoom in. We're gonna discuss it. If it's the live photo, we've played it back. We're discussing the background. Come on now.
So I'm just letting you know, unsolicited dick pics, go to the group chat because I didn't ask you for this. Why did you send it to me? I did not want to see it. If I want to see somebody's penis, I have no problem asking.
But that's weird because on the other hand, now if we known a nigga for one day and like we not even talking about sex and we just like send a nigga a naked photo or whatever, some nudes, he gonna think like, oh, she a little freak, she just trying to fuck, whatever. What do you expect us to think of you then?
I think they don't care. I think that's the whole thing. Like, I feel like dudes who be leading like that or and talk like that off rip don't care how they want you to know they want to fuck you, and they don't care that they talking to you like that because that's all they want from you. But my thing is, y'all ain't got no game because why would I fuck you and you talking to me like that?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of shit can only happen if the girl on that kind of time too. And most of the time, the way y'all be coming at folks is It's weird.
And my profile don't be saying nothing about sex. It don't say nothing about hooking up. It don't say nothing
But it ain't got
about.
to. It don't have to.
I know, but I see some of the profiles on it. Some people be straight up and be honest about what they
Yeah.
want. Cool. But that I'm not, there's no underlying messages. You ain't gotta read between the lines. I'm looking for somebody nice to hang out with and see if we like each other to be long term. It's real straightforward and simple. Okay.
Niggas be like, hang out with this. Y'all are sick. Y'all.
This is not my arm. This is.
Y'all are sick.
Y'all be sending them scrawny looking Peter Wackers that don't know ashy. I don't want to see it. We ain't gonna even get into it again. Anyways,
please.
Speaking about scrawny and ashy, Bow Wow. I'm joking. Let me not play him because y'all know how I feel about Lil Bow Wow. You just don't know the way you move so fast across the floor. I mean, you roll to my mind like all the time.
To the Shad Moss. When I tell you, I used to love me some Bow Wow.
I don't think he gets enough appreciation. I really don't. Because it's like he really was the kid rapper.
Yes.
He was the blueprint for kid rappers. Like, before him, there were people who tried to do that shit, but they ain't really do that shit. Man. And you want to know why I know he was the blueprint? Because not too long after we got Lil Bow Wow. No, now don't look. Rap Snacks, I fuck with you. So if y'all want to send us a box of noodles and snacks, we will. But Master P, no, he saw that Lil Bow Wow shit and was like, little nigga, get your ass up off the couch and go get some money. They like little niggas now. Go out there and rap. I'm your daddy, so I know you can rap. So
and if you can't, we gonna teach you.
Look, your uncle and them are write the raps, but you gonna get in that studio and do something.
Man, Lil Bow Wow, when I tell you somebody that was that nigga, man, I had posters up in my room. I had, when people used to have like Word Up magazines and stuff, and you could like tear the pages out and put them in your binder at school.
So many Chris Brown ones.
Man,
we're not gonna talk about my obsession.
Man, I love Bow Wow, child. I did.
Bow Wow was the first album I ever got. Beware the Dog.
Yes,
was the first.
I still have those
album cover. They probably somewhere at my grandmama's house. I need to find them. But because that might be worth some money. But that Beware of the Dog. Oh, to this day, that shit still ride. To this day, okay.
I'm trying to tell you, that boy did his big one. His little bitty self.
And that's why he don't do much now, because the little nigga been working all his life.
Yeah, and I do want people. I wish people would get up off of him because I know he be doing some corny shit. But who is it? Jermaine Dupri said it best. He was like, Bow Wow's like a old man. Like, he has experienced so much in his life at such a young age. He really is like the old dude in the club. Because it's like when young guys, they experiencing money, jewelry, girls. Bow Wow had that shit at 16. Like, buying a house.
And he always been around grown niggas. That's also the fact. Bow Wow, because he was the first of the first, so it's not like he had other kids to really kick it with that were in his industry for real. Yeah. So he was always around big ass, grown ass rappers.
He deserves his flowers. I love Bow Wow. And his daughter, Shy, we love her. But anyways, Bow Wow recently shared that he wished he had experienced more of a childhood. And we see a lot of child star celebrities like Raven Simone has said it before. Just tons of people who said they feel like they missed out on a lot of just basic childhood experiences like prom, going to high school, experiencing college, or just whatever, because they were working, because they were celebrities. Do you feel like there's anything in your childhood that you wanted or that you felt like you missed out on, or you missed out on an experience that you wish you could have had?
Not activity wise, because I was a pretty active child. But the only thing I kind of was always jealous of was people with big families, like people who had a whole bunch of siblings, because I was I mean, I have an older brother, but we had different moms. So when I was
Mm-hmm.
growing up, we didn't spend like every day together. Like we didn't grow up in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always kind of like, oh, I wish I had like three or four more siblings that I could like just kind of have those memories and experiences with. Because I
Yeah.
always like you know how when you hang out with your friends or something, they be like, oh, my sister, da, 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 and then the sister there, and they
Yeah.
kind of go back and forth, and they be like, you remember when you da, da, and then mama came down and she da 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 and da 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 da. It's like I don't really have those, you
Yeah.
know. So I think that's like always been the biggest thing for me. It was like, I wish I came from like a bigger family. So I
Yeah.
had those type of like memories and experiences. But I danced and did all the stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
so I was always doing that. And I was definitely active in college, probably too active.
Yeah. Me too.
So
I can relate with that.
yeah. What
I
about you?
I would probably say the same thing because my sister and I, we're 9 years apart, and
Mm-hmm.
so now I feel like we have more of like we've always been very like playful, me and her both, but because I
Mm-hmm.
was so much older than her, and like when she really like was going to school and stuff, that's when my parents kind of like first got divorced. So I was kind of like the little mama, like
Mm-hmm.
my mom was at work, so I had to make sure we were, I had to watch her at home and everything like that. So she's kind of like my child.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's my sister, but she's my child. And so
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger though, I did always like play with my cousins, and like I always play with my cousin Keandre. She and I are the same age. But we lived on the other side of town. So it would
Mm-hmm.
either have to be like somebody brought her over to my house, or I spent the night over my grandma and them
Mm-hmm.
house to play with her. And I wish I had kind of like the camaraderie of just like being around kids my same age all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do
Mm-hmm.
I do wish I had that. I actually wish I had played outside a lot more too, and just
Mm-hmm.
like just experience all the things, cuz since I was an only child for a
You
long
never sat on
time.
the AC at the corner by all the houses in the cul-de-sac and then where like the little meeting spot. You
Mm-mm.
never had that? Oh. Mm.
Y'all know this about me by now. I don't really like outside.
I was definitely a tomboy up until like my titties grew, and then I found out boys like titties. So I was like, oh, I can't be outside playing with them no more because I got to be a girl.
It's such a just very distinct
No,
moment.
for real. Cause no, like one day I'm gonna go and find my pictures because I've tried to do a very good job of separating who I used to be and who I am now. Because she was a different person, y'all. There was just a person who really did not love themselves. I'm just gonna be honest. It just was what it was. But I used to only wear like Converse and shirts with hoods on them. So either a hoodie or you know how them little, what was it called? The little Kmart brand, the little Bobby, what was it? With the little monkey on it,
Oh
the little
yeah.
gauchos. I used to have
Mhm.
the gauchos, and I have me on them. You remember they used to have them little short sleeve shirts with the hoods? Me
Mhm.
with my little chucks on. Now, was I fly? I don't know. Depends on who you think. But
It's
I just
really
definitely.
what's that song? 'Cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over
Now it was
again.
colorful. I wasn't in black and white now and gray. I was definitely my shirt would be like rainbow, and then my pants might be pink, and then my chucks might be pink.
Oh.
But so I was definitely color coordinated. But I definitely was a hard ass little girl. Like my mom would send me to school, and then I'd come back, and she'd be like, "What happened to your shoes? Like why do your
Yeah.
shoes look toe up?" Because I'd be outside in the dirt and all of that. But then, like I said, when I turned 12, it was all about the
I got
boys. So
boobies.
I
I have to
definitely played
go.
outside as a kid. I
Mm.
played like basketball. That's why from like 2010 to like 2012, maybe 2009, 2008. No, 2008
Mhm.
to about 2012, I was really into NBA because I just was like, I'm gonna give me an NBA husband. And that's right around the time that movie Just Right Here came out too. So I was just like,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna be like Queen Latifah. I'm gonna learn about sports. I'm gonna know about all the teams and the players
God.
and the stats. And then I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna be a physical therapist. And then one of them gonna get hurt. And then I'm gonna fix them. And then I'm gonna fall in love. And then I'm gonna have a basketball husband. And I ain't gonna have to do nothing for the rest of my life. That was the
Listen, it's not a bad plan.
plan. I really was working that plan until I couldn't work it no more. Like when y'all know I had a boyfriend at some point, and he was D1. I really was trying to pursue that dream as much as I could, but that's a hard life, baby. That's why I got respect for them football girlfriends and basketball girlfriend wives and all of that. Cause y'all be, I know what you put up with, and it ain't for the faint of heart. Okay, it is not for the faint of heart. But yeah, back to the childhood. I did everything. I played pickup ball and, talked about folks mama roasted each other and all of that. I had a childhood in spite of like all the other crazy shit that was going on behind the scenes. Like I still, or my mom still tried to make sure I did kid shit. So
yeah, I had a good childhood. I guess I just I wasn't the kind of child to just be like outside or like like rough and tough or whatever. Like that just it's still not me. Like I still don't like nature. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked you, is you gonna spend the night outside out there?
And I think I'm a happy medium because I like the peacefulness and the stillness of being in nature. And you know me, I'm kind of adventurous anyway. Like I'll try something once. Like even when we went to Mexico, I was terrified of heights, but nobody knew it till we got to the very top because I was like, I want to still try the zip line. I opened my eyes when I was on there because I really didn't need to see how high up I was, but I felt the wind in my face, so I knew I was up there.
Right. See, I don't do bugs. I love the serene and the peace and all of that, but I don't do bugs.
Yeah, I don't do bugs, but I don't be freaking out about them unless it's something like, some of them like them flying roaches. Ooh,
I borderline don't even like butterflies and like ladybugs. Like over there,
I like them from a distance.
That's how
I'm not one of them people who want to be like, ooh, land on my finger. No, I don't want to see that.
I'm good off that. Yeah. But
I seen a black girl who grew butterflies on TikTok the other day. And
you talking about that girl that do the moths?
Yeah, and some of them were butterflies.
That looks disgusting. And then she had the nerve to have that shit on her face.
She did have them crawl. Now that is when I was like, "Girl, you gonna have it crawling all on your face?" Now your hands is one
got me fucked up because I kind of thought this was cute till I seen it.
Yeah, I don't know. I never have gotten that little fact about flies always throwing up and laying eggs every time they land. And I always be like, if that's what flies do, ain't no telling what the rest of the little insects do. So that's why
I don't even care what they do. Just why do you have that on your face? Somebody please.
Maybe she thought it was art. Ooh, my bad.
And it ain't. It's nasty.
Maybe she thought it was art.
It's nasty. I would say, just to wrap this up, because I know they probably like, what the hell?
Y'all all over the place today.
Look, I'm sorry, but
follow us.
I would say in my childhood, because I was the kind of kid, I love like entertainment. Okay, y'all know I grew up wanting to be a singer, so I love like little teen movies, Lindsay Lohan, like all that shit. And so I really had some expectations of what like high school would be, or like experiences I would go through based on what I saw in those movies. And when you actually get to high school at this black ass school in Birmingham, Alabama, of course your life is not gonna be like that shit because it's a movie,
right?
And so I did have some experiences that I was like, like this isn't really like what I thought it was gonna. It's not giving what I thought.
It's not giving what it's supposed to give.
What it's supposed to give. Like I always felt like I wish I had lived somewhere else, like been at a more fun city, like and this is no shade to anybody who was my friend back then either, but I always wanted to have like a group of friends that was like the friends you see on TV. Like everybody was kind of different or whatever. Because sometimes even
you thought you was gonna be like the Cheetah Girls.
Yes, like give me something to work with here, people. Like, because even sometimes
we need more real life classes, okay? In high school, where they tell you, look, having friends is hard. Making friends is hard because a lot of people is weird, and they be on some weird stuff.
can't say weird enough. But I
Weird.
don't know. I just wish I had like not that my friends weren't like interested in the same stuff that I was in, but sometimes even with them, I never felt like fully understood all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just always wanted that like friend group where like, you know, in movies like they always over each other's house, or like they always
Mm-hmm.
going places or whatever. But like, they don't tell you in the movies like your mama be saying no all the time. Or like you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I wish I had like the TV experience of childhood a little bit, but that don't exist. So
And the TV experience of adulthood don't either, because that shit don't be, most of the shit ain't real that they
it
show
is
us on
the
TV.
toe.
It
The
ain't
toe.
real.
No, it's
We
not.
do want to send our condolences to the families, to get on a serious note, because this is something going on, and I feel like the news ain't really covering it the way they're supposed to be, because this is a possible serial killer situation happening out there in LA. So as some of you might know, two models were found dead 2 days apart. It's Melissa Mooney and Nicole Coates,
Mm-hmm.
and they were again found 2 days apart from each other, and they only lived less than a mile away from each other, and they both were supermodels, well known, living in downtown LA. The news has covered this, but they're not, when I read it, one, they have not determined one of their deaths even a homicide yet. They're still investigating. um so like I said, they're really not trying to call this a serial killer situation, which if you watch any type of crime TV shows, and not to say that there's any validity to that, but I'm assuming that there is some, they really don't like calling, because even if you watch the Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix, they did
Yeah,
not want to call it a serial killer at first, because when they put that information out there like that, that puts people on high alert and all of that. But
mm-hmm.
I feel like, two black women getting killed less than a mile apart from each other, you need to be on high alert. Within
Exactly.
2 days of each
Yeah,
other, you need to be on high alert. So,
yeah.
if we have any listeners or any people out there on the West Coast in the LA area, please be aware of your
Be careful.
surroundings, be safe, stay, with a group of people. Don't be walking anywhere by yourself. Don't be letting any strangers into your house. Just be mindful. And again, we want to send our condolences to the families of those young ladies, and our prayers and everything to them, because it's really a tragedy. And again, it's a possible serial killer thing. So be
Mm-hmm.
on alert, y'all.
Yeah, this is why it's important too to also be like sharing your location with people, because her family, they did like wellness checks with them
Mm-hmm.
and everything. So for both of them, that's how they were found by police, because of the wellness checks. And that's just so unfortunate. And they were both very young too. So yeah, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, just be vigilant. It's not much we can really say about it because there's not a lot of information out about it right now, but
Right.
definitely be on your P's and Q's out there. And men too, because you don't know if people, whoever did this might see it in the news and then switch up their routine or however the hell they
Right.
doing stuff. So just be aware. And yeah, oh, that's so sad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know we've been talking about dating. We talk about dating all the time, y'all. And we've actually kind of talked about this particular topic before with Ebony K.
Mm-hmm.
Williams and Iyanla. But if
Mm-hmm.
you've been living under a rock, Tyler Perry was on Keep It Positive Sweetie podcast. And that's the podcast with Crystal Renee Hazlett. And she's the
Mm-hmm.
star of was it Sisters and
Zatima.
Zatima, yeah. Can I say I really like her, like her as a
I do
person.
like her.
I
I do
really,
like her as
really
a
like
person.
her. She's
She has a
beautiful
warm
too.
spirit.
She does. She has a really warm spirit and just
And I
like
don't feel that way about a lot of internet folks.
yes, very, very like genuine and just very, very pretty. I love her. Okay, and I be seeing
Mm-hmm.
all the Van Cleef bracelets, and I love a bitch that'll stack a bracelet. Okay, now
I'm not there yet, but I like a, I like some I like a
love
nice stack.
I love to see women wear their jewelry. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, anyways, they were talking about dating on her show with Tyler. She always kind of talks about like dating and her struggles with finding somebody, because I think she's 40 now, so she always kind of talks
Oh
about like
wow,
her.
she looks
She
good.
does not look like it.
I thought she was like 33, 34.
She's
And not
40
to
now.
say that that's a big difference to 40, but I
Yeah.
definitely just didn't think she was in her 40s.
Beautiful. And that's why we drink our water and do our skincare at night. Get your routine going. And look, when you live hard, you look hard. Remember that. So all these little late nights and stuff, take your ass home. So basically they were talking about men and the pay gap basically between men and women, specifically between black men and women. And in dating, how we should have standards, or how we should be choosing men to date, or choosing what our standards are, but figuring in men's paychecks, because that's what a lot of women do nowadays, and rightfully so, because I feel like you want somebody that has something going on for themselves, or if you making a lot of money or doing well, you like for your partner to also meet you where you are, at least, and
Right.
Tyler Perry kind of gave her, which he kind of got dragged on one end, and then I saw a lot of people who like agree with him, but he basically kind of gave like a Iyanla answer, like with that she gave to Ebony K. Williams, and he was kind of like saying that if a man is a good man, even if he doesn't make a lot of money, that's still that can still be a good man for you. It's essentially what he said. It's not all about money. And statistically, for black women, and we said this on here before, it can't be all about money, because we make more money than black men. And that's not like to put black men down. That's not doing any of that. So
Right.
settle down. But it's
Y'all
a fact.
deserve the opportunities to make the money
Yeah.
as well. But also to piggyback on what you were saying, statistically, I feel like never mind, let me not say that, because the women bashers of America gonna get mad. Let me not say that.
I mean,
But I was just gonna say, niggas don't be having that hustle on in them like a lot of black women do, like, or the
yeah.
ones that I've come across or that I've crossed paths with in life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, niggas will work hard to sell drugs and do stuff like that, or play a sport, which chase your dream, whatever it is. But a lot of times when it comes to like getting a decent paying job, applying yourself to be able to get a job and doing all that, niggas always trying to find ways to cut corners and work the system and all that. And not to say that women don't do that, because they do. But what I'm
Absolutely.
saying is, I know a lot more 35 plus men who did not see the value in going to school, did not see the value in going to get a trade or a skill or learning how to actually do anything to actually make them money long-term fashion. So now they pushing 40 and they working, odd jobs or doing stuff because they didn't make a plan. They thought they was gonna be young, wild, and free for forever, and now you damn near 40 and you a dishwasher in the room. And that doesn't mean that's not a good job, because we need dishwashers in rooms for at restaurants and different places. We need those type of people. But a lot of times when you meet those type of men, they kind of be carrying a weight on their shoulder. So when they do meet a woman like me who makes a decent amount, and I'm living the life that I feel like I'm supposed to live, they are intimidated by that, or they get with me and they want to make me feel bad about it.
Yeah. I feel like the conversation is so nuanced, just like everything else with black people, because the reason why black men are behind in the pay in the earning money gap is systematic, is racism, is family, like it's so many things. So I don't be wanting people to make it seem like, because I'm a black person, I'm a black woman, so I'm never gonna sit here and like just put black men down. And
That's not what I was trying to do either.
no,
Let's
I
be
know
clear.
that. I know that. I don't think that. But it's like, I'm saying just in general for people who be like, well, that's why women be dating white men. And that's why, like, it's not coming from that kind of place. It's just like the reasons like why men are like behind, mass incarceration, all kinds of stuff. It's so big. Like, it's not one problem. I do think there needs to be like more accountability. And I saw a TikToker who kind of like went viral or whatever, and she was responding to it, and she was like, instead of telling black women to settle, we should tell black men to like, basically get their shit together. Like, why don't you take accountability for the fact that they are behind it? Why don't we tell them to work harder instead of always telling women to like
Change
settle?
their
And I
standards.
think that makes perfect sense in our head. But I think when you deal with the facts that are today, like what's right now, the fact is the day behind. And the
Right.
fact is that there are just more women that are doing better. And so everybody's not gonna marry a millionaire. Everybody's
Right.
not gonna marry this like 5, 6, 7 figure nigga. Like
Right.
statistically for our people, it's just not possible. So
Exactly.
what you gonna do? I feel like that's what he's saying. It's not like, oh, we have to lower our standards and like, we have to accept less. I don't think he's saying that. I think he's saying like, if you do meet somebody, keep your options open. Like, don't judge
Not too
somebody.
open though.
Right.
Cause
Like
you don't want
I
to be
think
like
he,
me.
yeah, child. I would know. I think he's just saying like, keep your options open, like, and don't just judge the man just because he's not making as much money as you. He ain't say go out there and get a damn bum. He was just saying if the man got a good job and he, is,
He can only pay the light bill.
I think he's saying
Cause
like
I
if
think
he's
that's what he
good.
said.
Yeah, he was like, oh,
Ain't
if
that what
the
he
guy,
said?
he said if the guy can only pay the light bill and you handle everything else, but he like taking care of home and like making sure you good and like y'all got a good relationship, that can still be a good man. I feel like it's a to each his own. Hell, I never see why like people get so offended by this topic because don't we deal with broke niggas every day?
I don't be, as y'all see, I just be on here asking for again. I want somebody with sense, and I ain't talking about the little chingling kind. I'm talking about this right here.
But
That's
I'm
all I
saying,
be
like,
wanting.
don't we deal with people every day, normal everyday people who are not
Folks be
rich?
faking the funk for the social media. We didn't
You
talk
know what
about
I'm
this all the
saying?
time. It's a lot
Like,
of women who be, online saying that I only want a 6-figure dude. I only want a boss. I only want a dude who own businesses. I only want to do da 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 da. And then you see their baby daddy, and you be like, I thought you said you wanted a boss.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like
You got a loss. You took a L, bitch.
everybody's not
Who is
gonna
that?
have like everybody's not gonna do that. Like, just that's just
Yeah.
the facts. Like, unless they have some kind of like come to Jesus on their end, because I guarantee you, like, I don't know if it's anything we can do to help. Like, sometimes when people like have to change, it's up to them to want to change. So it's gonna have to be men. Like, it's gonna have to be like a generational
We
thing.
need
Like,
another Million Man March. Somebody get on the
I mean,
hotline.
something like it's at this point. I don't feel like it's a whole lot that women can do other than like all the stuff we've been doing. Like, I think
I mean, we talking, y'all don't listen, and it really, honestly,
yeah,
truly don't matter how we deliver it.
nah, it don't. It
That's the
don't.
sad part. They be like, talk to us gentle, give us a safe space, make us feel heard. You can do, and again, I'm speaking from my own personal experiences. I can't speak for anybody else. When you do that, they still be
Yeah,
acting a fool, still acting fool. So
but
it's just,
I know people who motivate they folks, motivate they man. Giving them ideas or like, 'cause hell, I do it. Giving them ideas. They don't always want to hear that shit, or sometimes they don't want to hear it from you. They want to get it together on their own. And
right.
so, how long that's gonna take?
Yeah.
Like, huh? How long is that gonna take? Like, or how can I help you through that? I don't know. Like, you're not really
Right.
giving me a way to help you through it if I'm trying to help and you're not accepting it. So I don't know. It's such a layered conversation that is, because it's not just one problem. It's not just one thing. And I also kind of feel like, just because systematically like men have kind of been out of the home, like out of our homes for a while, that is the kind of like generational curse kind of that keeps rolling. Whereas for women, like women have kind of had to get it together, like, with education, professionally, financially. Oh, now we're starting businesses. Like, the mothers have always had to like carry the weight. So I feel like young girls see their moms, going above and beyond. And so that's the thing that we have rolling. And I
Right.
think we just have to get that rolling for men. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
again, it's not everybody, but I mean, I do think that's just work to be done in our community, period.
Right.
Just
And us
period.
as women also have to get out of doing everything anyway and being everything for everybody, so then we can allow the space to open up for the men
Yeah.
to step up. Because a lot of men say they feel like, Black women specifically, we act like we don't need nobody. I know
Hmm.
I've been told that before. I'm sure you might have heard that before. So it's
Yeah.
like, but it's a very scary thing for me. Come, speak for me. It's a very scary thing to want to, like, I guess I don't want to say relinquish control, because that sounds
Yeah.
bad, but like give the space for somebody else to lead you. Like, it's a very
Mhm.
terrifying thing, especially when you work so hard to get yourself to a place where it's like, okay, I've been drowning this whole time, but I'm finally treading water. I finally can breathe a little bit. I can catch my breath. And then somebody who come in and be like, "Well, look, I just take over for you. Just you ain't got to worry about nothing." It's like, I need you to show me you can do that first before I just let you
Yeah.
do that. Because then we both gonna be out here drowning.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that you're right about that. If I don't see like that you're doing it, I'm gonna have a hard time trusting you. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't feel like
Mm-hmm.
my opinion is valued, like it's just a very awkward situation to be in. Like, because
Right.
you don't want to emasculate somebody that you with and say like you need to fucking get it together or you need to figure it the fuck out. You're a grown ass man. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't do that because then you wrong and you know
Talking to them crazy.
disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, that's what women be wanting to do, like shake the shit out of you for real. Like get your shit together. Like I feel like once men, especially black men, because that's what we're talking about, heal their mental. Like I feel like
Mhm.
mental health is just at the root of all of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of unhealed Black men out here.
if
Not saying all
women,
of them. Again,
right,
we know some
but
of y'all go to therapy every week. You doing the work.
mhm, I just feel like if we can like get black men to like just seek real like psychological help, to talk, to let their emotions out more, to like work through a lot of their problems, I feel like so many things, because I feel like all of that trauma is like so heavy, like such a weight on you. Like
Yeah,
when you feel, like beat down by the world, like you really don't want to go out in the world and do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? If you have
right.
been incarcerated or like, been locked up or whatever, it's so many things you can't do. I was just watching a podcast with Amanda Seals and Tamika Mallory, and Tamika was saying
Mhm.
how it's about 40,000. Now, this she said 40,000 or 400, so I'm not sure, but the gist of it is it's a lot of jobs that you can't have in America if you're a felon. Like you can't be
Right.
a barber, or like you can't have a
Damn.
barber's license some
Damn.
states or whatever. And so
Mhm.
it's like we can't have the conversation about black men like not having money or not doing well without talking about stuff like that, because we all know somebody that's been in jail or locked up or whatever. And that's
Right.
our men. Like hell, that's why on Facebook a lot of them videos when they be behind bars, women be like, damn, all the fine niggas in jail.
Because they are.
Because they is. And so
Look,
that's what
all the
I'm
fine niggas
saying.
is in jail because they look, but some of them look. I'm sorry, because some of them niggas be fine, but when you go look up, because I didn't went to the little websites for the pen pals before. Now I ain't got one, but I definitely went and looked during the
Please
pandemic
don't do
because I
that.
had seen all them TikToks. I went and scrolled. You still, but then you see what them niggas did, and you be like, oh, wait a minute, you a
Yeah. Yeah, they're
killer.
definitely crazy now. Now beware. If that's your stilo,
You a robber.
beware, honey. But but yeah, I don't know. I just be feeling for like our community and like our people in general. And I
Yes.
just want so much for us. I want so much for black men. I love black men. Hell, I could have children and have a black man. Like have to raise a black man. I want him to be in a world that like accepts him, that lifts him up, that he can thrive in. And it's just sad, like a lot of the things that men have to go through. But at the same time, I want them to have accountability and rise above it. Like if women can be out here doing the same things, I just don't understand what's holding them back. But yeah, I don't know. That's all. That's how I guess we feel about
for
that.
me, black men, black women. I feel like for whatever reason, there's this underlying thing where we're being pit against each other right now, and I wish more of us realize truly, honestly, nobody understands a black man like a black woman. Nobody understands a black woman like a black man. So I understand your struggle when you come. You ain't got to tell me the plight of your life, because I understand. I go out there and I fight the same fight every day, just like you. And I feel like sometimes that goes over each side's head. Like with black women, sometimes we be like, black women, we just struggling. We so tired of being superwoman, taking care, catching all the falling plates and everything, making sure everything get done, that we don't realize, oh, the black man struggling too. And same thing with black men. They so used to being beat down, bogged down, told they ain't gonna never be nothing, harassed, talked to like they are little boys or even less than, just all types of stuff, that they forget that, damn, my black women, they probably going through the same thing.
Right.
So I feel like there needs to be a come to Jesus meeting on both ends, where it's like, we really need to start. Because I feel like, and again, I wasn't alive back then, so I don't really know how they was back in the day. But I feel like, especially during times like the civil rights movement, both sides understood that we was better together. We stronger together. If we present a unified front as a people, then we can really step to these motherfuckers and be like, nah, we demand a change. We need you to fix this. We need you to do this.
Yeah.
So I just need a little more unity for my people.
Yeah, because it is a lot of divisiveness. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think the podcast and Lord, I don't think all that shit helps. I really don't.
Not all of it. And this is coming from us, and we have a podcast, but I feel like we at least try to not harp or bog down or belittle or just totally degrade any one side, right?
I think we try to see it from both sides.
Right.
For the most part.
Hopefully don't nobody listen to our podcast and be like, them bitches. And if y'all do, oh well. I mean,
right, comment and tell us that, nigga.
We don't care. But we really, the whole purpose of this is because we want to empower black women and men. So again, it's like, if you listening to this, reach out to your fellow sister, your fellow brother, and create a bridge and work together to do some stuff. Now I'm putting on my advisor hat. If y'all follow me on Instagram, I'll let y'all know I accepted a volunteer position to be the advisor for the Black Student Association at my school that I work at.
Okay.
So now I'm a whole mentor in these streets.
Period. I love it.
I'm excited about that. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. I don't even know if you watched this. Did you watch it yet? The Kirk Franklin documentary?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about that, because I've been wanting to talk about it with somebody who watched it. Let me first state that if you have not watched it, get your tissues ready, because when I said my eyes were puffed up red when I got done watching that thing, it was ooh, and it wasn't even my stuff. But I was just like,
I felt so bad for him.
I felt so joyous but bad. It was so many emotions that I felt. So I can't even imagine what he felt. But if we're talking about the Kirk Franklin documentary that he dropped last Friday, if you haven't watched it yet, it's on YouTube. It's called Father's Day, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's a very, I would say, beautiful story about, Kirk Franklin in this past year, really earlier this year, and how he was starting the process of recording his new album that's coming out next month, and how in the middle of, while he was recording this album, all these different things kind of start trickling down and happening to what leads him to finding out that, one, the man who he buried when he was a younger, like back in 2015, 2017, who he thought was his biological father. Because if you don't know, Kirk Franklin is adopted. I feel like everybody knows this at this point.
Right, yeah.
If you're a fan of Kirk Franklin. So he grew up with a family member. Neither one of his parents raised him, but he knew who his mom was. His mom kind of has been in and out of his life, but did not raise him. But he buried the man who he thought was his father, just to find out now at 53 that there might be another man that might be his daddy. Woo!
Yeah.
First of all, we could unpack the fact that he said he buried the man who he thought he was father, and that man died thinking that he hated him because he thought that he wasn't there to raise him and support him, and he had that, animosity built up in his spirit toward that man because he was like, damn, he wasn't there for me. Just to find out that ain't even your daddy. And I was like, damn, who? Imagine somebody dying and you like really having this hatred in your heart toward them because you didn't think they done wronged you, and that man probably knew that he wasn't his dad, but he just probably tried to support him in the best way he could at that point.
I mean, he probably did think he was his dad because it don't seem like and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but it doesn't seem like his mom knew at all who the father was.
That's what I was talking to my mama about. I was like,
it doesn't
I
seem
want
like
to
she
really
knew.
unpack what's going on with mama, because
Yeah.
my mom was like, did the daddy like assault her, or like why is she so? And just to fast forward it, anyways, he finds out that this random man who was at a family member's funeral is his dad. He did a first DNA test. It said 99.9 that was his dad. He shows it to his mom. His mom is like, no, this is not your daddy. They lying at the doctor. That man is not your daddy. Your daddy was the other dude, whatever. He says, okay, I'll take you to the next test. Well, all three go get tested. We're going to go get tested. Everybody go get tested. And then you will see the results so you can believe them. The results come back, obviously, positive for 99.9 that is his daddy. And the mama literally looks him dead in his eye and tells him, no, I'm not going to accept this. I'm rejecting this. That is not your daddy.
When the guy, when he was saying that the girl, I want to say her name was like Melody or something, when she spoke to him at the funeral, when he said, oh, I dated her when I was a little boy, or he said something like that, I dated her when I was a little boy, or I dated her when I was a kid. They did not ever specify an age. And so that made me think, like, did the mom assault him? And then,
or was they just being fast little kids, and hunching?
Yeah.
And because I feel like it had to be something like that, because even when he met his dad, he was like, so you didn't hear nothing about little Deborah being pregnant? You didn't never hear nothing? And he was like, no, I never, like, I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't hear it. And my thing is, like,
probably knew. He probably knew she was pregnant, but he probably just didn't know. He probably just didn't think he was the dad. And I don't know if it's like, when you're younger, you have these misconceptions about sex or whatever. So if she was a fast girl, or she was out there, maybe he was just thinking like, oh, well, that can't be my baby. I know she out here doing whatever, whatever. So maybe it was that, or I don't know.
Not to be talking bad about his mama.
Yeah, not to be talking bad about her, but
trying to understand the trauma that is running deep in her, for her to deny 2 DNA tests to her child's face, telling them that this man that he has been yearning to have in his life, his whole entire 53 years of living, that this is his dad.
And I didn't understand the whole time. I didn't understand the auntie either. Like,
that was just old black lady. That was such old black woman shit. Because I had family members and have family members like that who will be like, because they feel like because they your auntie by blood, or they your cousin or whatever by blood, you gotta address them that way, even though they might not ever did shit for you.
I mean, I guess so. But it was just the attitude. Trauma, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the attitude, like especially when she knew what he was calling her for too. Right. Like somebody calling you, and for something what serious. Through. Yeah, like somebody
her sister didn't raise him.
She know that shit is true, because she said to her in when they had the second test, I think now he just wants the truth from you. You know what I'm saying? I think he would just like to hear the truth. And she couldn't get it to him for whatever reason. So I don't, like you said, it could be some trauma. Like maybe he did do something to her, or it's no telling, like when people been living, lives, like that, ain't no telling what happened to
Especially
her.
of that generation,
Yeah.
it's
And
a
I
lot
don't know
of
if she was on drugs or
trauma.
anything like that, but if somebody's like in and out your life, the only way that I see them not taking care of you is if they were just super duper young and they were teenagers and your parents told you to put them up for adoption, or if you was out there in the streets or something and you just was incapable of doing it. So
Mhm.
I don't understand, but now I do see why he hadn't spoke. He said he hadn't spoken to his mother in or he hadn't seen
20
his mother
years.
in 23 years. And that was why he didn't go to the funeral where the girl met the guy, his
His
dad.
daddy. Yeah.
So
And
I
it
don't,
just
that was a lot.
when he gave that man those results and that man started, I mean, I have never seen a grown ass old man cry like that. That man whole entire spirit broke. You could tell he instantly
Mm-hmm.
just felt like a piece of shit. Not because like he was supposed to, but because he like, damn, I had a kid and I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he
I
was
mean,
broken over it.
yeah, he was just broken over it. Like, I don't even know. He said he was sorry, but I feel like it's kind of just like I don't know, like if somebody gave you news like that and you're just processing it, like, okay, yeah, you let him down, but like you really didn't know, or you were lied to all this time, or
Right.
like, whatever. It's just so much to unpack. And I
At
hate it for Kurt
53.
at 53, yeah. And I just hate that for him, because it's hard to like, it was hard for him to confront, I'm sure, the man who he thought was his dad. And so to kind of like get past that, and like you think you working through shit for like
Mhm.
people in your life to like rip the wound open over and over again, like I
Mhm.
really hate that for him. I really wish him the best of like luck and just
Yeah. I
everything
am
with
glad
his
he and his
family.
son are working on his relationship again
Yeah.
because and that scene broke my heart too when he started crying and he was like, I got a granddaddy. I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah, that was very sad. That nigga came in there dressed like Lenny Kravitz or something. I didn't know what was going on with that.
Jessica."
But what?
You know he a tambourine player. So
Oh, he is.
mhm. Mhm.
I didn't know that. But the
Mhm.
jeans should have told me. But
The whole outfit should have told you cuz who wears outfits like that on a regular day?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
That's why I said he walked in there like Lenny Kravitz. I mean, Kirk Franklin is a little eccentric too, so I just thought, well, that's definitely his child, you know.
Whatever.
Anyway. But
But yeah, it was a very moving
yeah, it's
story
very
to me. It was a
moving.
good
Yeah,
example of why families, not just individuals, families
yeah.
need to go to therapy. Y'all need to talk about some of that stuff. Let them skeletons out that closet because now at 53, not only he's gained a parent, but he has further lost another parent even more than he had already
Hmm.
lost before. Because now he can't have no relationship with his mama because she won't be honest with him about
Yeah,
anything at this point.
yeah, and that's
And
sad.
that's hard.
That is really sad. I mean, I know he probably already didn't have like a super, deep connection with her,
Mhm.
or relationship with her, but it's still your mama. You know what I'm saying?
And he probably thought that, like, when he realized who his real dad was and they got the DNA, I'm sure, like, because
Hmm.
you're a kid is a kid, because in his heart he's still a child, he's still a kid, and these are his
Yeah,
parents. He probably thought, like, dang, I might actually get the mom and dad that I always wanted. Like, I
yeah.
might have everything. Like, I might get it all this time. I'm like, I might really have it all. And for his mama to really sit up there and be like,
No,
mm-mm,
that's
mm-mm.
yeah. That's a
Whoo!
lot.
And then gonna ask him, is this gonna affect our relationship? What you think? Come on now, mama. That's like literally how I would have responded. He handled it so gracefully. That's another thing, like, at least, and that's just what we saw in the clip. So I don't know what maybe happened behind scenes, but from what we
Right.
saw, because I would have went off. I'm not gonna lie.
But
Like when that
when you've
second
been
test,
dealing. when you've been dealing with somebody like that for so many years, you kind of become numb to stuff. Like,
Yeah, I guess so.
I know that the whole situation was hurting him because obviously he was emotional, but like
Mm-hmm.
when you know how people act, I'm sure he probably
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even surprised for real by her reaction.
Yeah,
That's
well,
just so much to process, and
it
um,
is.
yeah, but you know what? I'm glad that in his life he can say for sure now that he knows who both of his parents are.
Right.
Like, so that's at least he has some kind of like closure, and maybe meeting his
Right.
biological father will give him like some kind of closure. Maybe also it'll kind of fill a hole in him, because I know he always said he felt like, why wasn't I good enough, or like, why was my
Mm-hmm.
dad never around, why didn't he want me? And maybe now that'll kind of like fill that hole that his dad really didn't know, and it didn't have anything to do with you, or
Mm-hmm.
being enough or not enough, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that relationship can kind of like heal a lot of things in him that was broken, because he ain't gonna be able to get nothing from his mama. That's gonna have to be some real.
Yeah.
I miss
Now we
Iyanla so
joke. I was
bad.
about to say we
I
joke
miss
about
Iyanla
Iyanla,
so
but for
bad,
real, Iyanla need to for real.
man.
Like I mean this, and this is no joke. For real, need to go sit down with that
Yeah,
woman, because it is some stuff that she ain't telling nobody, and I don't even
yeah,
know if the auntie know, but it's some
yeah,
stuff that she is willing to carry to the grave. And I was
yeah.
when I was talking to my mom about it, I was like, I cannot imagine what it is that she holding on to so much that is worth the relationship with your child.
I mean, but it's not like it don't have nothing to do with Kirk, but when you are used to dealing with stuff a certain way, or you used to being a certain kind of person, that ain't gonna stop just cause you in this moment. That's how you deal with stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like when
I guess
somebody,
I just be thinking about, and I guess I compare mothers to my mother, like
yeah,
because he was sitting there pleading with her, like, give me this. He literally
mm-hmm,
said, please, like, just why won't you just give me this? Give me this. I cannot imagine me sitting in front of my mom,
mm-hmm,
like, and being like, "Ma, just tell me, just let me know, I just need to know." And her being like, "Nah," look at me dead in my face and just being like, "No," like that's I
look,
just
whatever happened, she has probably compartmentalized it herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I really just, yeah, you gonna have to pray for her.
yeah,
You gonna have to pray for her
but
and pray that God really touch her heart for real.
yeah, because
'Cause
look, we
she
can't make up
struggling
for
now,
lost time, and time ain't stopping for nobody. So
man.
I'm praying for Kirk, his family. I hope that he, allows his father to be, in his life. Because I know sometimes it's hard to let those walls down when
Yeah,
you meet people after you've been traumatized so much. So I hope, and I hope the guy's actually a good dude. Because sometimes people they do act for the cameras. So I really hope he's a
right.
genuine person, and he can support Kirk in the ways that Kirk needs support. I pray for his mama. I hope his mama, God lays hands on her heart and her spirit and allows her to have some form of a relationship with her child.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just whoo.
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, I boo-hoo. Y'all, if y'all haven't watched that, we'll make sure we link it below.
I
Because
didn't
it
cry,
was
but it was
very inspirational.
yeah. I didn't cry,
Well,
but it
I got
was
daddy
very
issues. So
sad.
anytime I watch anything with somebody who daddy didn't love them, or the daddy wasn't
Mhm.
around, or they, I'm gonna shed a couple tears, because I'd be like, I relate. I relate.
Yeah.
Some of these niggas ain't shit. So
Yeah. I just say I know a lot about, or I knew a lot about his story, but just hearing his story too is very like sad, and yeah, I really keep him lifted up. That's really
mhm.
sad.
And
I
for
hate.
him to go around spreading the joy and all of that, and the
Yes.
inspiration, and to
Mhm.
pour into people the way he does through his gospel music, and be
Mhm.
carrying all of that. Look, that ain't nothing but God, if I'm being quite
Yeah.
frank, because I don't be wanting to pour. Sometimes I don't want to pour into nobody, and I ain't really. I mean, I done had some bad days, but I done had way more good days than bad days, if I'm just being honest. So it's just like I can't imagine having to like always show up and still like no matter what you're going through, just like how he was recording that album, still having to come to the studio and work with other artists and be with other people, and you know. Sometimes he had to cry, he had to stop, he had to step out, or he had to just let people know, look, this is what I'm going through. This is what I'm feeling. This is what, you know, to even have a space to be vulnerable like that. It's just, that's just that's a story. That's a story.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Kirk. That's really sad.
But also it's a good thing because he found out who his dad was.
Yeah, that's what I said. You know, hopefully it'll, you know, fill some holes in spaces that need to be filled up for him. But I just hate how his mom reacted and everything. So
yeah,
I hope that can grow into something better for him. Like, hell, if Black China and her mama can reconcile,
right? And they didn't fought before on TV.
fist fault, child.
Like, yeah, I ain't talking about some. I'm talking about
throwing of the bows. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just wrap our loving arms around the Franklin family. And yeah, that's it for us, y'all. Make sure y'all follow us. It's always down here on the screen below. It's always linked in the description box below. Follow me on Instagram at the real Abani Ayana, and the rest of them be linked below. I don't even feel like going listen all of them off.
Right. Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram at _ the real Jessica Monique, and everything else is in my link in the bio, honey. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay vigilant if you're out there in LA, and really every damn where, okay? Because people crazy.
Right.
And yeah, stay prayed up. All right. We'll see y'all next episode. Bye.
I might kill my ex, not the best idea. His new girlfriend's next, however.